Welcome back. So we've gone ahead and we've warmed up again, and we've actually got a decent amount of production going on right now. So, meaning we've actually generated a decent amount of ice. So I think we're actually gonna try to expand and get some inputs, do some more logistics. Something that really hasn't been apparent until pretty recently is the limited bot range in the on this planet. Like there's no indicators that show or tell like your robots like can't go as far, or they don't have as much of a charge on this planet. But I noticed that they definitely struggle with, even short distances and small projects. Like you can see here, it's just like taking them forever to charge, and even when they do go out, they'll kind of like go most of the way, but it won't quite what like they won't quite like be able to do the whole circuit and the job that they're allotted before they have to like charge, and so they'll actually divert before they get to where they're going and go recharge, and then on the second attempt they'll go all the way, and then they'll just come back really slowly, or like do that last leg really slowly. So I don't know, I imagined I was gonna rely on bots a fairly bit down here, just because I don't think we're gonna work with high volumes of stuff, and we're not really gonna be using a large area, but they are probably gonna be a problem. Yeah, so this is a really good example of the bot limitations that you have. You see how these guys, barely made it out there, and then on the way back they're just like slowly creeping in. It's not a power issue, like we have enough power supplied, and I know part of it is, yes, I need more roboports so more of them can charge, but I just really haven't had this experience where in an area this size a stack of 50 robots can hardly function because of the limited power. So if there's something that is inhibiting them in some way, I probably missed it, but there's definitely something going on here. So this is another challenge I'm sort of having is, actually all of the resources here are pulled in with pump jacks, which is fine. That's easy enough, but dragging heat pipes all the way out to these pump jacks and then orienting them all in a manageable fashion where we're actually getting decent output. I don't know, like, I guess in the long run it's probably not going to be a problem, having enough heat going out to these different areas. But early on, I definitely am being really conservative about what I'm building and where the heat pipes are, just because I don't really know, I don't really know of a way to quantify the heat, and adding this much on it is gonna like draw that much more heat away. So I'm just being really conservative with everything that I do, so I don't get myself in a pinch. So this is like another sort of a pain in the ass thing is, you know, normally you would just hook up the pipes and you would drag it out. But now with the added heat pipes, you gotta, again, it's not a hard thing, but where you could just kind of do a U loop or something, so you, because you want to wrap the pipe all around itself. Now you gotta put a heat pipe around that, and so there might be one little tiny piece of a pipe that doesn't get heat, and then the whole system collapses after that. So we got to take extra time to make sure we get that done. So we're taking a look at it for Gora again. Just because I know the Aquilo Science is just around the corner, and I'm gonna need the holmium plate in order to do the specific science itself. I kind of just want to have an idea of what I'm going to be dealing with when I come back here. And honestly, I don't really know much, what much else I can do. There might be a machine around here that's making the electric manufacturers that's eating some of these up, and then yeah, I had some of these rare and uncommon ones while I was trying to make my epic power armor, which sort of ended up being just a waste since I'm not really utilizing it. There's yeah, there's some work to be done over here though. I'm gonna have to siphon off some of this holmium plate somewhere, or double the output so I get more of it, so I can consistently make the science. Alright, so we've made a few trips. The heat thing, like, once it's running, it's fine, but I think I'm gonna need more power, and waiting for things to warm up has been enough of a problem that I think I'm just gonna go ahead with the nuclear. It'll just be a consistent source of heat. I won't have to worry about the bots traveling back and forth and filling the incinerator burners with ice and fuel. I just need to get a I have limited space here too, so I can't just like make giant reactors. And then also, the reactors themselves are not really primarily being used for power, which is what you would traditionally use them for. So a lot of this is actually going to be siphoned off, and I'm gonna reference what I got going on here to see how it actually was put together, because I need to worry about the heat pipes. But yeah, like, they're actually going to be mostly generating heat, and it's not so much about them generating more power. Alright, so I think we've actually got a bit of a spine here now. And we're slowly hooking up some more pump jacks, getting them ready to be plugged in and turned on. We're sort of transitioning to permanent placement. I think some of these ice platform things will still get moved around, but we've generated enough and we were able to hook up several of these pump jacks, so we actually can have a real foundation to start building from. It's just like dreadfully slow having this stuff come in. And again, like the bots themselves will just kind of run out of juice, and so they're constantly charging, and I don't really understand why. Like, I don't know if I should invest in getting higher tier bots so they have more of a charge. They'll still be the bottleneck at the actual charging stations, but as far as I'm getting the task done, you know, it just it's very cumbersome, it feels like sometimes. Okay, so we've started the permanent placement. This design that I saw online and saw that it was modular, so I should be able to, like, essentially be able to copy paste as many of these as I want side by side. But since I did just move some stuff, we're gonna lose power here briefly, but we got enough ice coverage that we can move stuff to a spot where I don't think it'll have to get moved again. We'll just have to add on to it. And more importantly, we haven't really stopped ice production. I think this little bit that's down here was probably still gonna have to move. Yeah, see, this is just like a total replica of what I have that's functioning. And yeah, and now it's dead because we hooked up heat. But I won't have this problem again in the future. This will be like the last time that I'll have heat issues. You know, I think I'm gonna like double this. And you see it's really kind of limited space. But I think I'm gonna clean things up here. Yeah. And like that ice, I didn't want to move it. I just kind of wanted to keep producing, but I think we're just gonna have to move it so we have this permanent placement. And it's been kind of slow up to this point, but we're starting to see signs of just steamrolling and full automation. So hopefully shortly here we'll be done and on our way. Yeah, so we've sort of resorted back to some solar panels just where we have some moderate type of power coming in. We got a nuclear generator in here. I really want to get the bonus. I think there's like a neighbor bonus if they're next to each other. This area that it's in right now, there's not really enough space, and this is just kind of like an added thing, but it does help tremendously build up this heat baseline from just cold. So if that's all it does is get me back to where I was before, then I'm okay with that. It's in a good spot. So yeah, I mean, this is like tremendously faster than it was before anyways. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go ahead because we didn't lose the heat, or we're not losing the heat that is in the system right now. But if I get this neighbor bonus, it'll just cruise. And I'm to the point right now where I can start doing things if it's hot and the power is back, and I'm just trying to expedite that as much as I can.